I'm not the kind of guy who makes up ghost stories to get attention. I've lived in Elmwood my whole life, 34 years, and I've never once believed in that spooky small-town nonsense. People here mostly just work, drink, watch football, and complain about the price of diesel. We don't do haunted houses or Bigfoot sightings. At least, we didn't, until the lights started. Our water tower sits on the north edge of town, right where County Road 22 dead ends into nothing but corn and sky. It's one of those old steel ones, probably built in the 1940s, painted that chipped-up hospital green that nobody's bothered to touch up since Reagan was president. The ladder's been chained off for 15 years. The town voted to drain it and abandon it back in 2010 when they hooked us into the regional water system. Official story is it's just an eyesore now. Nobody's supposed to go up there. Nobody does. Except every night, around dusk, a light comes on at the top. Not a bright searchlight or anything dramatic, just a soft, steady yellow glow, like someone left a single bulb burning inside the tank. You can see it from half the town if you know where to look. At first, people said it was a reflection of the metal, or maybe some kid with a flashlight messing around. But it's been doing it every single night for over a year now. Same time, same color, same place, always at the catwalk level, right under the rim of the tank. I work third shift, come and go out on Highway 30, graveyard, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I'm the one who sells cigarettes and lottery tickets to truckers and drunks at 2 in the morning. The water tower is visible from the big front window if you stand at the coffee machine and crane your neck left. I started noticing the light back in October last year. Thought nothing of it. Then November came, still there. December, still there. January, still there. By spring, I started keeping track of my phone. Every night, 7:42 p.m. on the dot, the light appeared. Didn't flicker, didn't move, just sat there like someone was reading a book up in the tank. One night in April, I got curious enough to grab the binoculars we keep behind the counter for watching deer on slow nights. I focused on the catwalk. There was a person sitting there. Just sitting, legs dangling over the edge, back against the wall, facing out toward the highway. Too far away to make out a face, but definitely human-shaped. Hood up, shoulders hunched like they were cold. I stood there frozen for probably 2 full minutes, just staring. Then the person slowly raised one hand, like they were waiting for left hand. I dropped the binoculars on the counter so hard, the plastic cracked. I told myself it was a kid, some teenager who figured out how to climb past the chain. It happens every few years. They usually get born after the other two can stop. But the light never stopped, and every time I looked again, different nights, different weeks, the figure was there. Same posture, same slow wave when I watched long enough. Summer came. The nights got shorter, but the light stayed exactly the same. By August, I was checking it every shift. Sometimes I'd pretend I was just stretching my back by the window, but I was watching, always watching. Then one night in September, cold front had just rolled in. I saw 2 figures, 2 silhouettes sitting side by side on the catwalk. One had its arm around the other's shoulder. They sat like that for hours. I watched until my shift ended at 6 a.m. The light didn't go out until the sun actually touched the horizon. Then both of them were gone. I started losing sleep. I'd get home at 6:30, lie in bed and stare at the ceiling thinking about those 2 shapes up there. Who were they? How are they getting up and down without anyone seeing? Why did they only appear after dark? October rolled around again, exactly 1 year since I first noticed the light. That night, there were 3 figures, 3 dark shapes sitting in a row. The middle one was taller, the ones on the ends were smaller, like a family, like a parents and a kid. They didn't move much, just sat, watched the town. I started feeling sick when I looked at the tower, not scared exactly, just heavy, like something was pressing down on my chest. I stopped using the binoculars. I tried to ignore it, but every night I still ended up at that window, staring. November, 4 figures. December, 5. By January, there were 7 dark shapes lined up on the catwalk like they were waiting for a parade. Every single night, same time, same slow, deliberate way they turned their heads toward the highway when headlights passed, like they were looking for someone. I started talking to people about it, quietly, not like I was losing my mind, just casual. Hey, you ever noticed that light up on the old water tower? Most people shrugged. Reflection, they said. Kids, probably a drone. One old guy at the gas station, Mr. Harlan, used to be on the town council, looked at me funny and said, "Don't go looking too hard, son. Some things are better left alone." I asked him what he meant. He just shook his head and walked out. One night in February, buddy Travis. He's a lineman, works for the electric company. He's climbed every pole and tower in 3 counties. Travis, I said, you ever been up the old water tower? He laughed. Hell no, that thing's been condemned since we were kids. Ladders changed, platforms rusted to shit. Why? Just wondering. You've seen that light too, huh? Yeah. He got quiet. I've seen it, he finally said. A couple times when I'm working late. It looks like someone's up there. I'm not climbing that thing, not for $1,000,000. Why not? Because the last guy who went up there didn't come down the same. He wouldn't say more, just told me to leave it alone. But I couldn't. March came. The nights were still long and cold. One Wednesday, slowest night of the week, I made up my mind. I was going to climb it. Just once. See for myself. Prove it was nothing. Prove I wasn't losing it. I waited until 2 a.m. Store was dead. I locked the front door, flipped the back and 15 sign, grabbed the big mag light from under the counter, and drove out to County Road 22. The tower looked bigger up close, taller. The green paint was peeling in long strips that fluttered in the wind like dead skin. The ladder's chain was old but solid, padlocked the size of my fist. I brought bolt cutters from the garage. One hard squeeze, and the chain snapped. The sound echoed across the empty field like a gunshot. I stood there a second, heart hammering, waiting to see if anyone would come running. Nothing, just wind and crickets. The ladder was cold. Metal rungs bit into my palms even with my gloves. I climbed slow, didn't look down. About halfway up, my legs started shaking. Not from the height, from something else. Like the tower was breathing, like it knew I was coming. I reached the catwalk at 2:37 p.m. The light was right there, soft yellow, coming from inside the tank through a small access hatch that had been left cracked open. I could smell it now, old water, rust, something sour like wet cardboard. No one was sitting on the catwalk. It was empty. I walked the whole circle, railing to railing. Nothing. No footprints in the rust, no cigarette butts, no trash, just clean metal and that steady yellow glow leaking out of the hatch. I crouched down and shined my flashlight inside. The tank was dry. No water, just a big empty steel bowl. And in the middle of it, sitting on the floor, was a single lawn chair. One of those cheap white plastic ones you see at garage sales, facing the hatch, facing me. On the chair was a piece of paper, just one sheet, weighted down with a rock. I crawled through the hatch, legs shaking so bad I almost fell. I picked up the paper. Handwritten, neat cursive, black ink. It read, "We've been waiting for you to come up here. We wanted you to see us first. Now you have. You can take one of the seats. There's room for 8. We saved the last one for you." Underneath that, someone had drawn a little stick figure sitting in a chair. Next to it was a date, March 12th, 2025. That was tomorrow, my birthday. I dropped the paper like it burned me, backed out of the hatch so fast I hit my head on the rim. Blood ran down my neck. I didn't care. I half climbed, half fell down the ladder, legs jelly, chest burning. I hit the ground running, threw myself into my truck and peeled out. I didn't go back to the store. I drove straight home, locked every door, turned off every light, and sat on the couch with my shotgun across my lap until sunrise. The next night, the night of my birthday, the light came on at 7:42 p.m. like always. But when I looked through my living room window toward the tower, there were 8 figures on the catwalk. 8 dark shapes sitting in a perfect row. One of them was taller than the rest, wearing a hoodie I recognized, the same hoodie I'd been wearing the night before when I climbed. I stood there staring until my eyes burned. I didn't wave this time. I just sat, watching, waiting. I haven't been back to work since. Told the boss I had the flu. Haven't left my house in 3 weeks. I keep the blinds closed during the day. At night, I sit in the dark and listen. Every night at 7:42, the streetlight outside flickers once, like something just walked under it. I don't look anymore. I don't have to. I already know what I'll see if I do. There's still one empty seat up there, and they're saving it for when I'm ready.